On April 10th of 2019, I went for my usual afternoon walk, which is roughly 3 miles. On my way home, I stopped in a park and looked up. I didn't realize I was about to have one of the best and best documented UFO experiences of my life. I'm Dr. Howard, and it's Alien Hour. Hovering overhead in the park was a glowing, luminous orb way up in the sky to the east over the mountains. Well, it can be hard to tell from this video because there isn't a lot for reference. This orb is much larger than a star, but this was in the afternoon and there were no stars out, and the moon was visible in a different part of the sky, and so it's larger than a star and smaller than the moon, and also it was daytime, so this object was emitting a large amount of light. This is clearly not a celestial object, and because of its round, perfectly spherical nature, I don't think it is any form of man-made aircraft. We also have quite a few hot air balloons here in New Mexico, which I've seen dozens of times and is definitely not a hot air balloon. I realize that I'm now just uploading this video to YouTube in December of 2019, many months after my original sighting. What happened is that when I initially saw this UFO, I immediately went live on Instagram on my Instagram account, which is @AlienHour, and I live streamed it for many of my followers on Instagram. And at the time, I believed that Instagram would retain those live stream recordings online, but my recording of this has seemed to disappear. I'm actually not surprised because all of these big tech companies, Google, which owns YouTube, Facebook, which owns Instagram, they have been seriously cracking down on any kind of UFO disclosure video recently. After live streaming, and again, that video is lost with my initial commentary, I filmed some more with my phone because at that time, in my previous UFO encounters, the UFOs did not stay in the air for very long. At the time, I did not know that this UFO was going to stay in the sky for well over an hour, so I filmed some with my cell phone. I'm just glad that they allowed me to view and film them for so long and capture this irrevocable evidence of unidentified flying objects here in New Mexico, which of course is a state with a long history of UFOs, and I am happy to be able to add my footage to that history. After getting several minutes of footage, I literally ran the rest of the way home in order to get my DSLR and get some higher quality video and some higher quality photographs of this object. As soon as I got home to my driveway, I noticed that a second UFO had appeared in the sky to the north. And this little clip, I show both UFOs. I go from the original one that was in the east, and I pan over to the UFO that was to the north. Both of these UFOs remained hovering in the sky over Santa Fe for well over an hour, and I'll get into what I think that they were doing, but I ran inside and I grabbed my DSLR and came out and shot some better quality footage that's going to let us zoom in, and I will talk about the craft a little bit more. So let me show you that footage, and then I'm going to zoom in a little bit on the footage so that we can get a closer look at the craft. As you can see, the craft has a red tinged energy field around its outside. I believe that this could be one of two things. It could either be some kind of force field or protective barrier, or we could be seeing energy radiating off of the craft's propulsion system. And both of these crafts remained stationary for well over an hour, so they must have been spending energy somehow in order to stay afloat like that. Or perhaps the way that these crafts utilize energy, it is even the energy field that we see is a combination of those two functions, both protecting the craft and also acting as some kind of propulsion field for it. I did not get any kind of threatening aura or vibe off of these crafts. I believe that they were here either to observe the surrounding area or perhaps specific individuals, but that they were not here. I did not feel any kind of threatening presence. They didn't come in closer or seem to be threatening in any way. I did try to reach out to them using my telepathic contact methods that I've covered in other videos, but this time I did not receive any kind of response. Thank you for tuning in today. I am glad to get this footage out there. I hope it doesn't get taken down again. If you enjoyed this or just enjoy hearing more about UFOs, cryptids, all kinds of paranormal entities and forces, please subscribe to Alien Hour. It is these big tech companies are trying their best to silence the voices of paranormal researchers such as myself. So it's really important that you support us and follow along so that we have that built-in audience. If they try to take us down, we have people to support us. So thank you so much for being here and for supporting us. I hope that this video provided you with more proof that UFOs are real, that they're out there, that they're coming to visit us, and that they're not necessarily a force of harm or something malicious. I mean, for all we know, these crafts that I filmed could have just been studying the mountains, just hanging out and surveying the landscape. So thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you the next time it's Alien Hour.